Watching the Alchemy Kitchen, and today we're going to be doing a review on this cast iron skillet I just picked up at Lidl and a cooking video, all in the same thing. I'm going to make some rabbit fillets to test this grill out with, or this skillet. Um, so this is the Grillmeister Lidl brand grilling skillet. It's got the the ridges in it. Great for grilling steaks, things like that. This has been on. We've been selling this all summer at Lidl. I think it was like around 16 or 20 euro. I can't remember. I kept looking at it and I'm like, it's probably like made in China. I don't have one with ridges, not out of cast iron. And my girlfriend's like, you don't need any more cast iron. You have enough. We have too much. And I was at Lidl today, and they've had them there for a long time, and I guess they couldn't sell them, so they marked them down. So I got it was 10 euro today, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to buy it. 3-year guarantee. That's interesting. It says it's ready to use, so it's already seasoned. I've only bought like a couple things of cast iron that were not second hand. And the stuff I bought new, like Lodge, it was seasoned, pre-seasoned, and I seasoned it anyways. I think I stripped it and seasoned it. This time I'm just going to use it straight out of the box, and we're going to see how well it's seasoned. I'm not really, if you cook on it, it's going to just build up the seasoning. What I'll do is I'm going to probably use this on the grill, so it's going to get, a lot dirtier than just using it on the stove. You can use it on the stove. I wanted something for outside on the grill. This should fit perfect in the smoker. And after I use it, I clean it off and just rub a light coat of grapeseed oil on it. That's my go-to seasoning oil. Alright, so So, instruction manual. Wow. In German, French, and Italian, but I mean, I don't need it. So yeah, I mean, it's seasoned. It shows on the back it can be. There's just like some. It's like etched, laser engraved, maybe. Grillmeister model number. And I thought it would be made in China, but it says company in Mannheim. It's kind of hard to read. Gurris, I think Gurris. And address in Mannheim, Germany. So, shit. I was expecting made in China. It's pretty heavy. It's not like your nice old vintage stuff that's lightweight. It's got for a small skillet, some weight to it. So, yeah, I mean, shit. For 10 euro, I didn't do bad. So I'm going to go inside and, fuck, it's so hot today. It rained yesterday, finally. It's been hot. It rained a lot yesterday, now it's hot and humid. That's why I barely use the kitchen. I've been cooking outside most of the time. So I got some rabbit fillets. We're going to go marinate those. I'll show you the recipe inside. Come back and throw it on the grill and try this fucker out. Now, I guess instead of just sitting there trying to read it, I mean, I could show you the back. I don't know, the light's not so good here. It looks like it's just like maybe laser engraved. It almost looks like ink, but that wouldn't make sense. And I can feel the groove. Yeah, it's engraved. That's kind of cool. So, let's go get the rabbit marinated, and I'm also going to make some caprese pasta salad, because that's good in hot weather. And since I'm marinating it only for a couple hours, I got another Lidl review to do. It'll be in a different video, but check my other videos. It'll be up soon if it's not up already. On a vacuum sealer that I got. I've tried it a couple times. It's pretty fucking cool. Especially when you want to marinate stuff quick, or if you want to store stuff in the freezer. Yeah, I'm starting classes for my hunting license now, so I'm going to have a lot of meat in the freezer, hopefully in the future. And when you vacuum seal it, it stays a lot longer. But also good for quick marinades. So let's go inside and get started on that. Alright, so I've got about 600 grams of rabbit fillet. Marked down. I gotta love that. Real simple marinade. I just picked some fresh rosemary, chopped it up coarsely. Yes, someone else wants rabbit. 2 cloves of garlic, about half a lemon. If there's not enough juice, I've got more lemons. I'm going to use salt and pepper. I like to use the 3-colored pepper with the green, black, and red. I'm going to use some chili flakes in there, olive oil, and my oregano. I have some growing that already went to seed, so I just have some frozen herbs. It's a mix of like oregano, thyme, and parsley, I believe. So that's all going to go together in one of these vacuum bags. I'm going to vacuum it with this vacuum sealer. This thing's pretty cool. That makes it marinate. You can marinate a lot faster with this because I want to cook it tonight. I don't want to. Normally, if you're not vacuum sealing it, I'd marinate it for several hours overnight. So we're going to throw this all in a bag. I mean, I won't measure shit for this. Just put enough in to coat everything. Vacuum seal it, put it in the fridge for a couple hours, done. Alright, so that's marinated and vacuum sealed. If you want to check this, it's also from Lidl, this Silvercrest vacuum sealer out. I have a video I'm just done of that. That will be up around the same time as this one. Cuts the time down a lot, so I only have to, that'll marinate much faster. So this can go in the fridge for a couple hours instead of overnight. Already looks pretty good. So I preheated this. It's hot. I sprayed a thin coat of just spray canola oil, a grilling one for higher temperatures. I don't know what the difference is. Just like normal, you know, spray a thin coat on, rub it all as much as you can off with some paper towel, just to kind of add to the seasoning and maybe protect it a bit from all the soot from using it on the grill. But the nice thing about a cheap skillet is, yeah, cooking over open fire gets dirty fast. The rabbit fillets are marinated for some hours now. I didn't keep track of the time. At least 3 or 4 hours. Did it in the vacuum sealer, so it should be good. Gonna cut those up and throw them on there. Also got some garlic bread. I put them in the smoke chamber for now, just kind of warm them up, and I'm gonna grill those as well. That just made a quick batch from a baguette and butter and garlic and herbs. So let's get this cut open and cooking. Cooking nice so far, no sticking. Just want to get a good sear on the outside. And cooking it basically like chicken. You can go a little bit less, you know, internal temperature. Don't want to dry it out. I'm probably going to get some lemon juice and pour it over this as it cooks. Few minutes and it should be done. I'll just turn them every few minutes. Get some nice grill marks with this griddle. I like that. Kind of like these styles of skillets. I didn't have one in cast iron, so glad I finally got this thing. It was staring at me for like months. A little bit of lemon juice. Keep it from drying out. Flip. Nice char on all the sides. That smells really good. Garlic bread warm. I'm going to actually throw it face down on the grill once these are done. Alright, these are looking good. Ready to pull. Funny, the instructions, the box says the handle gets hot. For those new to cast iron. Take these off. I'm going to finish off the garlic bread direct on the grill. Need a trivet to set that down. I'm going to have some of those up for sale. If you want to buy one in the future on my Etsy page, check it out. There's already some stuff up there. Link in the description below. This garlic bread, I'll just put face down right over the coals. Give that a minute. Alright, dished up, ready to go. Skillet worked perfectly fine. I mean, no stick. Only thing you see burnt on there is the garlic from the marinade. Garlic bread, some caprese salad, and give the rabbit a try. It is good. So, $10 skillet works fine. So for my final opinion, works perfectly fine. I mean, it's cast iron, it's not rocket science, there's nothing wrong with it. I can't remember, I think the listing price on the website for Lidl, it was like 30 euros, so that's maybe a bit steep, but they did have them marked down slightly, I think to 25, and like I said, I found this one for 10, so definitely a good deal. I did say it's on the heavier side, that's true, but actually, if you're going to use it on open fire, on a grill, on coal, that might be a good thing, because it's harder to manage the fire, so less chance of warping. It is kind of a pain in the butt to clean up. That's nothing to do with the brand or the seasoning, that's just these grooves and this style of griddle. I use this chainmail scrubber. I did a video review on this a while back. I like these things a lot. I was a little bit aggressive with it because there was like the burnt on garlic. That's the thing too, you know, you're cooking over open fire. More chances to kind of burn stuff on. I noticed some of the seasoning did kind of flake away here. I'm not sure if that's the original seasoning or because I sprayed that canola oil on. That could be either one. Really, it's not a big deal. People, I see this stuff all the time. People make a big deal about that. Put more oil on it, cook in it, and that will be perfectly fine. It just builds up. Yeah, it cleaned up pretty well. I mean, now it's harder to see that etching, of course. And one thing I did do is look up the company. They are based in Germany, but they have branches in other places, one of them being China. So it doesn't say anywhere where it's made. It just says the name of a German company with a German address. My guess is it's probably a German-owned company that has their stuff made in China, like pretty much almost everything else today. But yeah, I mean, cast iron is really cast iron. It's hard to go wrong with it. €10, can't go wrong. And this thing, treat it right, it'll last ages.